Hello, everybody. My name is Lorraine, and I'm from Canada. I have a verbling class for you at the pre-intermediate level. This class is about writing a poem. Mostly, we're going to study what makes a poem in English. And we'll look at different things like rhyming, we'll look at similes, lots of interesting things about poetry in English. Don't let the topic scare you off. It's not very difficult. It's quite easy and a lot of fun. So please join me here in the class and we can start with the material. So poetry is really important in most languages, I think. We have poetry we use for music. Most English music is based on some kind of poetry. And in ages past, poems were very, very important, and people made poetry, wrote poetry, and read poetry very, very frequently. And we have Anch with us. Thank you for joining me. I didn't have anybody who reserved this class. I think they were afraid of the topic. I'm glad that you're brave. Good. So possibly you will have a private lesson here, Ange.
Again.
Again. Okay. So yeah. Maybe we'll just get started and hopefully people will join in with us. I have posted the link in both of the chats, so please grab one of them and I will share my screen so that everyone can see it.
I don't know, in the last class I have problem with I can't see the Google
Drive?
Yes, Google
Yeah.
Drive.
Are
I
you
don't know where.
using a tablet or a computer?
Computer.
A computer? Oh. Usually if you look at the sidebar, just look at it now. You have a sidebar that has icons. At the bottom there are 3 dots.
Yes.
If you go to that, you should see a white sidebar and you'll see a triangle that is green, yellow, and blue. Do you see that triangle?
Sorry, I have the problem with the connection.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay,
normally, yeah.
I can see the 3 dots, but I can't see anything in this.
But nothing in the 3 dots. Oh,
Yes.
I have no idea then.
It's not the application.
Huh. And you don't have in your sidebar, you don't have the triangle?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I find it. I can find it now.
You see the triangle? That's your Google Drive. You should be able to click on that and go into it. Yeah, it looks like you did.
Okay.
Okay, so then I can, when I'm sharing things on Google Drive, it should show up there for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you?
I'm not doing it.
In this class.
Do you want me to share something? I'll show you what we were doing in the last class. Since you're the only one here, why not? Okay. All right, I have now added on the screen share or in Google Drive. Do you see anything that says on holiday in your Google Drive?
Okay, I can see it.
Okay, so when you click on that, it will show you the movie.
Okay. Okay. But in this class is uh you don't need to use this.
You don't need that movie now. I was just helping you to learn how to use the Google Drive. I don't
Thank
need
you very
Google
much.
Drive this time.
I
But
appreciate it.
sometimes I use it and other teachers will use it. So it's good to know.
Okay.
I will just share my screen with you the usual way for the material. Okay. So this class is Write Your Own English Poem. For those people who are just viewing the class, please come on in. This would be a fun class to join. We don't have many people. You'll learn lots about poetry. Okay.
It's the first
Yeah.
time I uh talk with the teacher one by one.
Well, there you go. You're getting a private class. Okay, so we have something that's called a simile in English. This is when we try to describe something by using something else. So, for instance, we might say, let's see, if you're trying to say, describe what the lake looks like, I might say, because the lake, you know, the lake is clear and it's very, very still, I say the lake looks like a mirror because I can see the reflection of the trees in the lake. So the lake is like a mirror.
Can
That's
you write in
called,
the chat box?
yes. Do you want group chat or verbally? Verbling
Uh,
chat or group chat?
verb bring chat.
Verbling chat? Okay. The lake is like a mirror.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if you have ever seen the ocean or a lake when there are no waves and everything is still and the water reflects the trees and the sky, it's like a mirror. So this is a simile. We have some things here. A cat with eyes as mad as, and some of these similes, these are all real similes that were used, they are used in existing poems. I don't necessarily agree with the ones they chose because they're difficult to understand. Some are easy, but the first one, we have a cushion, a sharp knife, proud ladies, the sun, and gold. So the first one, a cat with eyes as mad as gold.
Very
I don't
difficult.
really understand that one myself, but the cat as plump as. What does plump mean? Do you know?
Uh,
Okay.
Fat.
It can mean fat. So think of a fat cat. Then look at the different things that we have to choose from. A cushion, a sharp knife, proud ladies, or the sun.
A cushion.
Yeah, a fat cat looks like a cushion, a big fat cushion. So we can say a cat as plump as a cushion. Now, the tiger and lion lie as still as.
Proud ladies.
You know, I would choose that one too because there are two of them. But that's not what the answer is. As still as the sun. Again, I don't understand that simile all that well. I don't think that one's easy. This one is, the wind was like, think
Sharp
of,
knife.
yeah, cold. The wind was like a sharp knife. So when I think of that, it's very cold and it's blowing and it's sharp. And then the parrots, think of parrots and how they strut. They walk like
Proud ladies.
proud ladies, yeah. They walk like
Maybe
proud.
maybe they walk like the handicapped.
Sometimes, yeah, that's what it looks like.
Sore legs.
They do a funny thing with their heads, don't they? They bob their heads up and down. Yeah.
Funny head.
Okay, so this is what we mean by similes, when you make comparisons with like or as. Okay, let's try our own. So we're going to make up whatever. Her smile was as sweet as
Sugar.
sugar. Yeah, good one. Her smile was as sweet as sugar, sweet as honey. Exactly. That's the way you do it. The night was as dark as
Uh, dark.
yeah, things that are dark. Do you know what ink
My
is?
hair.
Okay. The night was as dark as my hair. That's fine. That's a good one. Okay. My dog's fur is like. It would depend on what kind of a dog you're thinking of.
The uh, hairless dog.
Then the dog would have no fur. So my dog's fur is like, I would say for my dog, it's like silk. Like silk.
Sorry, I am allergic. I don't have any pets.
Okay, well that's okay. We're just thinking of what dogs feel like. Some dogs are like silk. Some dogs are like is like you could say my dog's fur is like a brush because it's all short and spiky and it feels like a brush.
Maybe like a sausage.
We're talking about fur. So fur is like hair. Okay, so it might feel soft and silky. It might feel bristly like a brush. So we're thinking of hair. So fur means animal's hair.
Okay.
Okay, that's all right. I slept like,
Dead body.
okay, a dead body. Good one. Or what about the opposite? If you didn't sleep well at all, what could you say?
I don't know.
A restless spirit. I slept like a restless spirit would be a possibility. Or you could say a
That
restless ghost. Something that
means
is,
insomnia.
yeah,
Right.
like insomnia, yeah. Yeah. Toss and turn, and you can't actually get to sleep very well, so you're restless. So again, these are similes. Okay, there's another good one. I slept like a bear in winter. All right, so the fun part of similes is to surprise, to make connections that are surprising and interesting. So I slept like a bear in winter is very interesting. Also, like a restless spirit or a dead body. These are all very visual things, very visual. Now, the other part of poetry is the rhymes. Especially in older poetry, rhyming was very important. So let's see if we can find words that, how is this now? A rhyme is when two words end with the same sound. For example, sun rhymes with run because they both end with an un sound. So we're going to, are these? Yeah, okay. So we have rhymes in both columns. Cat rhymes with fat. What does love rhyme with over here?
Above.
Above. Love, above. Say it. And repeat. Love.
Love.
Okay. Above.
Above.
Okay, good. What about sea?
Tree.
Yeah, sea, tree. Good. Bird.
Herd.
Good. Wood.
Could.
Okay, so would and could, they rhyme. Good. Would, could, and good, they all rhyme. Though.
Grow.
Yeah, though, grow. Very good.
How can you pronounce dough?
Dough, like,
Donut.
yeah,
Dough.
dough. Another good rhyme. Box.
Locks.
Good. Even though they don't look anything the same, their pronunciation is very similar. Cloud.
Allowed.
Good. You have a good ear. Higher.
Fire.
Fire. Good. And gray.
Away.
Very nice. Okay. Yes, you have a very good
I don't
ear.
have a good eye.
Well,
Certain outside.
when you are trying to learn English, an ear is more important than an eye.
Really?
Absolutely. Because if you learn English by hearing, your pronunciation will be better than if you learn English by reading. Just the way it goes with language. So we're going to try to guess the rhyming words that are missing from these little verses. So this poem, A Red, Red Rose, by Robbie Burns. So what do you think should go on the line? I want you to read all of the lines and choose a word to put on this line.
Okay. Oh, my love's like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love's like the melody that's sweetly play in. No idea.
Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on in this poem. So we've talked about a rose that grows in June, and then we start talking about love is like a melody A melody is a piece of music. So now we're thinking about music. So we're going to find a word that rhymes with June that has to do with music. What's another word for melody that rhymes with June?
Play in tune.
Yes, exactly. Played in tune. Exactly right. Oh, my love's like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love's like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. You'll hear there's a bit of music that goes with poetry. There's a up and down of the way the phrases go, okay? Let's try this one.
Let me tell you a little story about Miss Edith G. She lives in Craven Terrace at number 8.
Okay, so what does 8 rhyme with?
Terrace.
Okay, 8, terrace. They don't really rhyme. We usually try to rhyme every other line, so we're trying to rhyme with G.
3.
Okay, 3 is a good one. Now listen to how the rhythm goes for this little poem. Listen to me say it. Let me tell you a little story about Miss Edith Gee. She lived in Clevedon Terrace at number 3. The rhyme is right, but not the rhythm. There's something wrong with the rhythm. Do you have any idea which would make this sound a little better? Okay, so you're lost. That's all right. Let me tell you a little story about Miss Edith Gee. About Miss Edith Gee. What we need here is something that has the same number of beats as about Miss Edith Gee. About Miss Edith Gee at number 33. It has the same number of beats at number 33. I think I've got that. All right, 83. Anything where we have a number that ends in 3, but that will give us the same number of beats as this line. Okay? She lived in Clevedon Terrace at number 83, or 33, or 43. It has to have that number of beats. Okay?
Difficult too.
I'm sorry? Repeat?
Difficult.
Yeah, this is a difficult concept, but actually it comes when you get a feel for it. So right now I'm just trying to give you an idea of how to get the feel for it. So we're going to write a poem about a cat. So we need to think of some words that rhyme with cat. So what can you think of that rhymes with cat? I'm going to write the list in Verbling chat. Any words that you can think of that rhyme with cat. I'll start. How about fat? Fat cat. What's another word that rhymes with cat or fat?
Let me think.
Now, the way I did this, the way I was taught when I was a child, is to just go through the alphabet and try the consonants.
Can I take a medicine before writing paracetamol?
I'm sorry.
Can I take the medicine because I think a little headache?
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead. Sorry.
Just kidding.
Okay, so if I go through the alphabet, I go A, B. So does B work with AT? What do you get when you add B? Bat. And then we have cat, which is what we're rhyming. D, dat, that's nothing. Fat, we've got already. Hat, yes, hat works.
Yes.
Dat is nothing. K, that doesn't work. Lat doesn't work. Mat, M.
Mm-hmm. Rat.
Yeah, rat. Sat. Vat. And that's about all I can think of right now. But that's a lot of words that rhyme with cat. Fat, bat, hat, mat, rat, sat, vat. Lots of things that you can rhyme. Okay. Okay, so there's a bunch of words. Flat. We didn't even try the ones where we have more than one consonant. Nat, pat, at, splat. So let's try finishing this poem with cat. Let's see. My family has an old black cat. What's the next line?
He is very big and very fat.
Yeah, big and fat. He fell asleep on Sarah's. We're going to rhyme this with cat and fat. What do you think it could have been? I'm sorry, repeat?
Hat.
Hat. And now Sarah's hat is very...
Splat.
Not splat, but close. Flat. Okay, so when you squish a hat, it becomes flat. So not always do we rhyme every line. Usually it's every other line. But in this case, the poem is every line. So it sounds like this. My family has an old black cat. He's very big and very fat. He fell asleep on Sarah's hat. Now Sarah's hat is very flat.
Awesome.
So here is old nursery rhyme that shows the rhyming every other line. Please read it. And can you read it aloud, please?
Yes. I read it in my mind. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
Okay, so which words are rhyming in that little poem?
Snow and go.
Right. Okay, so we have a poem here, and we have to put it in the correct order. Now, this poem is very old and is using very, very old English. Most of it isn't, a lot of the words are not used anymore. For instance, smote. Smote upon the door. It means he knocked on the door. Smote means knock.
Is that past tense?
Yes, it's past tense of smite,
Oh.
which is another word for strike or knock. So they're just trying to use more other words besides knock. So they're trying to use alternate words, and some of them are very old. This word champed, champed the grasses. The horse champed the grasses means the horse was eating grass. Another word we sometimes use to describe how a horse eats is to chomp, chomp the grass. And champed is sort of the past tense of chomp.
Chomp and champ.
They're interchangeable and neither are used much anymore. A turret is a very tall part of a castle. So it's like a steeple on a church, a turret on a castle, the very highest part of a castle. Okay.
Ellen,
Yes.
Do you like poem?
Do I like poems? Yes, I do.
Really?
Really?
I listen to you when you read the poem. It sounds like music.
That's what poetry is all about. It's supposed to have a musicality to it. And what we're trying to do with this poem is put it in the correct order, because right now all of the lines are out of order. So we have to decide which of the lines is the first one. Do you have any idea which one you would choose to be the first line? Are you there, Ange?
Yes.
Are you just reading?
Alive.
Okay. I'm going to give you the very first line, which I believe is B. Is there anybody there? Said the traveler. So what would he be doing if he's asking, is anybody there?
Knocking on the moonlit door.
Yeah, good. Knocking on the moonlit door. So he's standing there, knocking on a door. Is there anybody there? Said the traveler, knocking on the moonlit door. And what do you think happens next?
Of the forest, the ferny the floor.
But he's not knocking on the door of the forest floor.
Above
Above the
traveler's head.
Okay, but it's, and his horse in the silence champed the grasses. So we're highlighting the fact that nothing happens. It's silent. Is there anybody there? Said the traveler, knocking on the moonlit door. And his horse in the silence champed the grasses.
Okay.
Of the forest's ferny floor. So he's eating the grass at the bottom of the forest, on the ground, beneath the trees. He's eating the grass. Okay, so now what?
And he smote upon the door again a second time.
Okay. All right.
Wrong again.
Well, you know, not necessarily, because I would have chosen that one too. I'm going by this key. So, and his horse in the silence champed the grasses of the forest ferny floor. And a bird flew up out of the turret above the traveler's head. Okay. And he smote upon the door again a second time. Is there anybody there? He said.
The conclusion is there is no one. in this
Exactly.
hall.
There's no one there. Nobody's home. Okay, so let's get you to read this poem. So read, starting with number 1, go through the whole poem.
Is there anybody there? Said the traveler, knocking on the moonlit door, and his horse in the silent charmed glasses of the forest ferny fur, and a bird flew up out of the turret above the traveler's head, and smote upon the door again a second time. Is there anybody here? He said.
Okay, but it's there. Is there anybody there? He said.
Sorry.
Okay. All right, good. It's a difficult poem. I'm surprised that in this worksheet they chose this particular poem. All right, so we're going to try writing a poem. So you can choose any subject for your poem, anything at all. So what would you choose?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Okay, that's a good topic. Okay, so write that down on a piece of paper where you are. Just write that down. I don't know what I've chosen here. All right, I chose cottage life for mine. So you write down chocolate and you have to think about chocolate. Now, I'll show you what I do with mine. The first thing you do is you write all the words that you associate with the subject around the edge of your box or your circle. For me, cottage life, I think of peaceful, fun, sunny, beach, sand castles, swimming, campfires, family visits, summer, trees, lake, like glass. There's that lake being like glass again. And sunset. Okay, and then you can go from there. You write some similes using the patterns above. So remember we talked about the lake like glass or sunset like fire, sand castles like a city. Whatever kinds of similes come to mind. And then you go through again and you look for rhymes. So any words that you can think of that rhyme. Fun, sun. Sunny, funny. Summer, I can't think of anything. Trees, knees, please. Whatever words that you can find that rhyme. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do the same with chocolate. Okay, so think of the words that you associate with chocolate. That's first.
I can't imagine is this a poem.
Well, right now we aren't doing a poem. Right now we're just thinking of words. Okay, so tell me your, or write in Verbling chat your list of words that chocolate made you think of. And I'll write mine. Okay, so we have some that are similar. You have ate, love, stop, sweet. And I've got delicious, sweet, Easter bunnies, eggs, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, Belgian chocolate. Okay, good. All right, so now look at your words and let's see if we can find some similes for some of them, if not all of them. But when I talk of similes, it's when you say it's like. So, yeah, smooth like silk or something like that. Okay, so think of what your words are and take a minute and find a simile for at least two. Okay, did you find a couple?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll write down mine.
Uh, I will type it in chat box.
Okay. Very nice. Brown like Asian eyes. I like that. Any others or just the one?
Yes.
Okay, so now take a look at your words and see which words that you can rhyme. So find a rhyme for at least two or three of your words. Okay, surface smooth like a snooker ball. Very good. Okay, nice. I can almost see that chocolate. All right, and so now you're going to do the rhymes. Find some rhymes.
Very brainstorm.
All right. So have you found some rhymes, Ant?
Uh, in that I have already write it.
Okay, I see your similes. So you've got
Oh, okay.
round like Asian eyes, surface smooth like a snooker ball, sweet like honey. These are all good similes. Now you need rhymes. So something that rhymes with 8, something that rhymes with love or stop or sweet. And your poem does not have to make a whole lot of sense. I have written one, so.
I think I should see yours.
Oh, no, no, no. You have to do your own. First, I want to see your rhymes. I'm not going to show you my poem until I see your rhymes.
Oh,
You're good at rhyming. You should have no trouble.
I will write some words.
Yep. Sweet and need are close but not quite. Okay. You did so well with the rhyming before, and I'm surprised. With sweet, you need something that ends in EET. So, or with a T anyway, you could do
Meat instead.
neat. Or meat. Yes, meat is good. With love, you can do dove. Yep, stop, shop, that's a good one.
Just a little hungry and need some chocolate.
Well, write that down. That's a good start to your poem. I'm hungry and I need some chocolate. Or I'm hungry and chocolate is what I need because it's easier to rhyme need than chocolate. I'm hungry and it's chocolate that I need. Okay. Oops. Okay. So I'm going to post my silly little poem about chocolate. Here's mine. For Easter I got a chocolate bunny. You may think it kind of funny, but I like to eat this delicious treat on days that are cool but sunny.
Awesome. Okay, I will outline my.
Hi, Lorraine. What's happened?
Hello. Hi, Georgie.
Hi. What's happened here? What
We
happened?
are we are doing poetry here, and we are almost at the end of the class. So you can get into the next class. I'm not sure what it is, but this one is almost done. Okay, so Ansh has written her poem, I love chocolate, I love it sweet, I eat every time I need.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, so Ansh, you can change it around a little bit because you need to rhyme sweet. And sweet and eat rhyme. So I would say I love chocolate, I love it sweet. Every time I need it, I eat. Tell me to stop, but I go to the shop to eat more.
Okay.
But to eat more, I go to the shop.
Okay.
And then the last slide I have is the little poem that I wrote for cottage life. How peaceful is the setting sun sinking low over a glassy lake. It brings to an end our day of fun with sand castles still yet to make. But darkness brings the evening's joys of campfires, s'mores, and marshmallow roasts.
Sorry, Lorraine.
Sweet delights for girls and boys, an experience of which cottage life boasts. Anyway, thank you, Aunt, for coming and joining me for this class. Otherwise, it would have been really boring. I would have had nobody to talk to. What would I do? I would just talk to myself for the whole class. That wouldn't be any fun.
I think it's quite difficult for me.
Yeah, well, I think it's difficult for everybody, and I think I might just throw out that that particular lesson plan, or make it for intermediates, maybe instead of pre-intermediates. Anyway,
Have never learned about this before in my life.
Oh, really? Well, there you go. It's an introduction. You learned a little bit about similes and about rhymes, so it's a good start, and maybe later on you'll learn more. Thanks, Ange, and I'll see you in another lesson soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye bye, Lauren.